What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook Preview Show for a Wednesday 11-game main slate here, starting at 7:05 Eastern Time in Grande. I got to tell you, I've never seen the wind symbol as a weather symbol on DraftKings before. I don't know if you have, but Angels Yankees, we got a little bit of a wind symbol here. Weatherman John, very familiar with the rain symbol that we have going on with the Midwest and the East Coast here, but the wind symbol seems a bit new to me here. So we have that going on with the Angels and Yankees. I don't know what kind of wind you guys, your Yankees might be expecting.
Well, anything. Hopefully it's blowing out, because that might be the only way the Yankees can score a run tomorrow.
We got mocked, or not mocked. We mocked on the live show someone's question regarding Kyle Hendricks and the viability of using said Kyle Hendricks. And I think we said that we would take Chinese Taipei of the Little League World Series against against Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks was pretty damn good on the Tuesday slate.
I can promise you the vibes are at an all-time low for the Yankees. It's a really bad vibe. So I think Chinese Taipei would strike out and mow down the Yankees is what we should have said.
Yeah, that's probably Kyle turning back the clock. He had 9 Ks the last time I saw.
Yeah, his season high was 6.
Did he finish with 9 or did he get 10? Did he get the double digits there?
He did not. Will Warren did.
Strikeout play. We were in on that one. We'll just turn the page here. Obviously, a slate. Obviously, bigger names still to come as we're currently recording. Waiting on the Robbie Ray, Rafael Devers debuts to happen. The A's and Angels, the lineup stack that we had. That game still to come. So, are the
Have you seen more Devers?
I'm telling you right now that there is going to be damage control done on the Rafael Devers camp. Pete Abraham of the Boston Globe reporting that Devers was open to playing first base. He just wanted commitment from the team. They weren't. Yeah, okay, sure. All right, I don't believe that for half a second, truthfully.
Well, that's what he wanted for third, and they said yeah. And then
I don't really believe that. I think that there's just been enough bad press, especially when you come out at a press conference and say I'll play wherever you want, and then that afternoon you're taking grounders at first with Dom Smith, former Red Sox great. Red Sox great. I think that is just total Devers camp spin zoning. But again, can be talked about on another show because we have 11 games. Wednesdays have been a split slate these last handful of weeks. We do have a couple games on the early slate. If you want to play that, you can get us questions in the Discord. But a full 11 games here in the evening. Again, we'll have to see what the weather ends up looking like. Cincinnati, Chicago, and I think it was Chicago again. Yeah, with some rain in the forecast. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, always live for some pop-up showers. And apparently it's going to be windy in New York. So we'll see what happens with that slate. Chris Sale, Framber Valdez are your two top price starting pitchers. Sale wins the Mets. Framber's been unbelievable, but he's pitching in Sacramento. I don't know if that puts you off of him or not. Sonny Gray is 97. Chris Bubich is $9,500 as your top 4 price starting pitchers here. How are you going about these SPs?
They all look great. All 4 of them. Chris Sale is basically untouchable in God mode. Whatever you want to say about Chris Sale, he's just what he is. I mean, he is. Y'all must have forgot maybe because some injuries and whatever happened, but this guy is as good as he was in a year that he ran away with the Cy Young last year. After just unfortunate starts to start the year. He has not allowed more than 2 earned runs, John, since April 19th. He's allowed more than 3 earned just once, and it was April 8th. It was the 3rd start of the year. And in 5 consecutive starts, he's allowed 4 runs combined. and he struck out 8 or more. So Chris Sale, by all means, if you want to play him,
Sure.
Good. This will be a test, obviously, for Framber. The good thing about using someone like Framber in this spot is severe ground ball pitcher, and now is I guess
I was gonna say
strikeout
only 4 ground ball
too,
outs, but he had 12 strikeouts in 5 innings against the White Sox. So
yeah. Well, yeah, right. Only 4 ground ball outs because 12 of the 15 outs or 16 outs
he had like
recorded,
80 pitches through 4 innings because
which
he had 11 strikeouts. So
yeah, he had 11 strikeouts. So if you want to just roll Framber, yeah, be my guest. He keeps everything on the ground. He's allowed 1 home run since May 13th. Yeah. Sonny Gray gets the White Sox. Now, Sonny Gray is a very inconsistent pitcher, but the one thing we know, he has a super high ceiling. He is always highly rostered. He will be highly rostered once again because he draws the White Sox. So if you want to play Sonny Gray, we know there's a massive ceiling, and he has the White Sox. And then Chris Bubich, probably been the league's most surprising pitcher. If you could only pick one, I think that would probably have to go to Chris Bubich, like by just default of like going into that Yankee start, he led Major League Baseball in ERA. And then basically he put a curse on the Yankees and they haven't hit since they hit Chris Bubich. And I'd go right back to the well against Texas because, Texas is a good offense-ish lately, but they haven't exactly been a good offense like for the entire year. So, yeah, I think any of the top 4 look awesome. And you can, if you want to spend up, if you want to double spend,
another pitcher that's been great has been Jameson Taillon. He has a home matchup, so we'll have to see what the wind and the rain looks like, but he has Milwaukee. And the opposite side of that, Jacob Mizorowski, who was no hitting in his major league debut and then stumbled on the mound, hurt his calf, caused a cramp.
Dude, I don't know how. I watched it happen live. He sprained it, like he definitely sprained his ankle.
I don't know, quad cramp situation, but the ankle definitely rolled.
Like, of course. Did you see it? Like, that is like, how many times have we seen sprained ankle on basketball court? That is exactly what happened.
He threw a bullpen. Again, not great circumstances in terms of weather and matchup. I don't think I would go here, but he kind of lived to the hype in that debut start. Lodolo's been terrible at home. I keep telling you guys how bad he is at home.
He has been bad at home.
So even though we talk Minnesota versus lefties on the Abbott start, and I'm not sure where Abbott is in this current matchup against Minnesota tonight.
He pitched well. He had 4 unearned runs on a Encarnacion.
Okay, so but I would go more. I'm more interested in viewing Minnesota here against Lodolo, just sort of given his struggles. Trevor Rogers is back. He made 1 start.
Yep,
was good against Boston. Traded for some elite prospects.
Yep. One of them's been good. One of them hasn't.
So we'll see what happens here, I guess, right? Like, gonna get a matchup against Tampa Bay lefties. Yep. We know Tampa Bay against lefties. All their good hitters are from the left side of the plate. Sometimes they sit those good hitters against lefties. So, so Rogers is 79. Blackburn's back in the lineup with Kodai Senga's hamstring injury.
and
McGill
Tyler
now on
McGill
the IL. Yep,
is also on the IL.
Kolek, Ober, Corbin, Taj, like there's some ugly. Verlander back at 7K. There's not really an appealing matchup, I guess, in that 7K tier.
Yeah, the one thing I'd say with Ober is the righties have killed him. So, we know the Reds are going to throw a lot of lefties at him, but he looked horrible in that last start. He's looked bad for most of the year. I wouldn't mind Patrick Corbin. I've kind of turned the corner out of him if he's just going to be this solid of a pitcher. Like, it is what it is. He has really just mitigated all damage all year long. He has not pitched bad. He has been consistent for this team. So if that's the version we're going to get, it's probably Corbin for me. Erod has actually looked pretty good since returning, but we know Toronto is a good team against lefties. So what gives there, right? There's obviously something will. Either Erod continues to be
Ernie
good,
Clement's probably going to homers,
or Ernie Clement. Definitely Earn Dog Millionaire has a live chance at a home run anytime he faces a lefty. That's, I mean,
dude, there's nothing down
like
here.
Hey, yeah, Shaheen, I mean, coming off like Tommy John is a tough sell, right? That's
Dude,
not a fun thing.
Four minor league outings, tops out at 63 pitches. So like,
it honestly, it's probably Ryan Yarbrough. That's probably the answer. Or Kahanowitz, if you think the Yankees continue to not score.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know.
They have 29 straight scoreless innings. They have not scored in 29 innings.
What's the MLB record?
The Yankees' record is 37. So if they were to get shut out again, they would break their own record.
If Jack Kahanowitz goes out there and shuts out the Yankees.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean, dude,
so I guess anything is possible.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, I'm not just saying Jack Kahanowitz to say Jack. Like, I don't want to pitch him, but at $5,500, there is not one player in the Yankees lineup that you can look at and be like, "Yep, they're on the." Like Stanton has 4 hits in 2 days. He's the only thing good. Jazz has actually been like pretty good lately, but like there's nothing else. I mean, so I think one of the pitchers in that game, Yarbrough, outside of the Dodgers start, has been good. And we saw what happens when the Angels forget to bring bats to the plate. Will Warren struck out 11, right? I'm not sitting here saying Ryan Yarbrough will strike out that many batters, but he did have like a good stretch of strikeouts. He went 6 innings, 1 earned, 7 strikeouts against the Angels in LA. And that was in the middle of that stretch where he pitched well against the Dodgers, pitched well against the Angels, pitched well against the Rangers. I think if you are looking at it from this range, it's just simply one of the 2 pitchers in this game. And if you're using Kahanowitz, you just hope that the Yankees continue to just be whatever's happening to them, just they continue to do that.
Rafael never struck out in his first at bat, by the way. So F that guy. Let's see here. And yeah, I would agree with you. There's just nothing down here. Yarbrough actually does feel appealing to me. I think I'd rather take a shot with Ryan Yarbrough than Kahanowitz there.
Yes, agreed.
Take one.
Agreed.
All right, catcher position again. Obviously, there's plenty of options for us here, given the matchups that we have. Will Smith's up at the top. Ivan Herrera had like 4+ RBIs tonight. He's got Burke. Stevenson versus Ober's 42. If they give us Drake Baldwin, I'd give him a look at 4K. Adley, obviously Taj Bradley and some of his issues, $3,900 there. And then Kirk is 37 versus Erod.
Yeah, and he'll hit right in the middle of that.
Where are we with this, Houston? I mean, obviously we talk about them versus lefties, not righties, but this is Severino at home. Severino on the road was good again against Kansas City. 7 2/3, only struck out 2 though, so didn't fully come through on the strikeout end for Sevy. But he's so bad at home, so bad.
He is so bad at home. But the Astros are also so bad against righties. So I don't know. I've obviously we know what's coming, right? We know Diaz and Caratini are chalk. So it just depends on if you want to eat that chalk or not. But they will be chalky. We know that.
Against Yarbrough, if you're not pitching him at 35, the power versus the lefty pitcher there.
Sure.
Salvi versus Corbin. Mentioned Caratini.
Danny Jansen
Rogers
gets Trevor Rogers. I mean, Rogers I know he was good in that one start. There's a reason why he's only made one.
For me and versus Corbin as well, 2,800.
Yep, Cuero 23. Where's our boy Kyle Field 25?
I like that. All right, first base position, Otani up at the top at 65. Matt Olson versus Blackburn. Freeman. Naylor's lefty. Ryan O'Hearn gets Taj. Where are you looking to go here?
Vladdy, 3 hits and a home run.
Good player, good ball player.
Good player. Gonna obviously be better than what he's
good
done.
To quite good.
Good to quite good. You usually don't get $500 million if you're not. Usually, that's probably it. Like you can, Yandy. He'll be popular against Rogers. Wilmer.
Yeah, Wilmer versus Allen is a good call there.
Christian Walker will get ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the spot. Ty France, if you're playing the righties against Lodolo at home.
Yep.
Gavin Sheets, getting Shaheen back off the IL. Casey Schmidt has been wildly good. I think he has he had 2 grand slams in back-to-back days. I don't know if they'll play him a lot, but I think they'll play him against lefties because the numbers look good against lefties for Casey Schmidt this year. So I guess I could see a scenario where Schmidt is in the lineup.
I can see it. Yeah. $3,200, not terrible. Then you have Berger against Bubic. I don't think we'd probably target that matchup, though.
No.
If they had Curtis Mead in the lineup, would you play him at 25?
Yeah, I assume they will.
Okay.
And
second base position. Ketel Marte versus a lefty and Eric Lauer at $5,700 would certainly top the list here for us.
Yes.
Jackson Holiday for me at 41. I'd go back there. Donovan at 4K. We'd go back there. Both of those guys should lead off.
Dude, McLean. McLean.
They hit him not. They hit him.
He gets a righty
on Tuesday.
He was 1 for 2, run scored and a walk. I also think, did he get hit by a pitch? No. Did he get hit by a pitch? Yeah, and he got hit by a pitch. So he's been on base 3 times.
I just wanted to hit. I just wanted
second
to hit
straight game,
in a better spot, but I mean,
you're not wrong. But the righties against Bailey Ober have been that's been the thing this year. Bailey Ober has been unable to get righties out this year.
Willie Castro versus Lodolo, 34. India, 34 against Corbin will lead off.
Oh, I love the Castro play.
Yeah, again, if you've tuned in long enough, we don't need an excuse to play Twins. But we will play them in the right matchup for sure. And Lodolo presents an opportunity for that for us. Buxton, Castro, Correa, like we'll probably have them in our lineup. So, yep.
Yes, on all fronts.
Fitzgerald against Allen at $3,100.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Brooks Lee, $2,900. But you said he does nothing against lefties, though, right?
Yeah, he had a hit and a run, so that was as good as it's going to get.
Maybe get some heartbeats out of Renhefo here at $2,500.
Yeah, RBI single on the what is today? Tuesday? Today Tuesday.
So starting to slate, slowly come alive. So give him a little peek there. Third base, obviously Jose Ramirez against a returning Justin Verlander. I don't ever find myself ever playing Cleveland. Never.
Because why? Unless you play Ramirez.
But even then, like at $5,900, he is well worth the money. I have no interest in ever playing him because he would just be a one-off, right? Like unless he's facing a really Bowden Francis, right? And you're like, all right, like Ramirez and Manzard, like some lefties or something like that. But like that's what it. It's the only time that you'd play Jose Ramirez, unfortunately. So yeah, Jazz is 51. Eugenio versus Lauer at 46 feels really great. Paredes or Severino. Really again, Paredes hits righty. Severino can't pitch at home. It's $4,300 there.
Caminero gets a lefty.
Yep. I mean, even
in
Wilmer
that ballpark.
Flores, I know this year the splits haven't been there for him, but historically the splits have been there for him.
Dude, Westberg is too cheap
Hitting cleanup
for how good he's been. He has been so good since getting another 3 hits. He's 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a double on Tuesday. I mean that is it's too cheap.
Earn dog, third base shortstop eligible at $3,500.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're going earn dog millionaire for sure. It's easy. I mean, unfortunately, it was a lot easier when he had second base eligibility because second base is the worst spot on the board. But I definitely think regardless, you can still go here.
I agree. Then you can play Rengifo again. We mentioned all the way down here if you want that third. Anything else for you?
I don't
shortstop. What did Ellie do? Did he homer for the straight game? Did he? He did not.
No, he did have a have a stolen base.
Stolen base, a run scored for Ellie. Got him against Ober.
He's the only one that could do that and score you double-digit fantasy points.
Nato versus a lefty at 55. If you wanted to challenge Shale Lindor, that is the right split for him.
Addison Barger walk-off home run.
Good.
Yep. Bo Bichette and Addison Barger went back-to-back.
Shelby Miller, huh? That's too bad. Not bad for John because I think I guaranteed a Barger home run, and
you did against Shelby Miller. That's what you said it was
against,
against.
Not Brandon Pfaadt. I just said it, but it happened, so it doesn't matter. Absolutely guaranteed it. You called guaranteed the home run, but Barger came through. Bobby Witt versus Corbin's okay. Wilson probably still gets hits off Valdez if you wanted to go there. Not a great spot, but good. Mookie, Pena, Gunner.
It's such a good position.
It's a great position.
It's such a good position, dude. Bo Bichette, 4,100. I mean, that team just got home runs from all 3 of its top
gets a lefty.
hitters.
Correa gets a lefty.
Yeah, it's such a. I mean, you can play Ernie here. I mean, it's such a good position. You don't even need.
I'm looking at there's a misprice, but there isn't. So, all right, and then you go to the outfield.
Wait, I didn't realize this. Gavin Lux has second base shortstop.
That feels like a change because he had outfield eligibility before.
Maybe. Did they misclick? Is that something that? Are we missing?
Certainly possible. Cardinals got 12 runs now. They're
Yeah, Victor Scott just hit a home run off Vinny Capra, who is a position player.
All right. So obviously we're looking at the outfield where everybody is awesome. So if you wanted to play them here, you can. I again just keep targeting Minnesota versus Lodolo. We'll have to see if the Cincinnati game plays, obviously, because there could be some rain, but that feels like a good spot. Judge, Ohtani, Acuna, the list there. You can play them all. Let's see. Mid-range for us.
Buxton homered tonight off a lefty, by the way.
He's awesome, so that makes sense. Ballinger's 46. Maybe the Yankees get it going. Chorio versus Ty. Tyon's too good, though. I don't know.
He'll allow his 1 home run.
Yep. Him or Yelich, I guess.
I mean, he allows his 1 home run. Yeah. He allows his 1 home run, and then
Elliot Ramos and George Springer at $4,300 each versus lefties.
Yep.
Taylor Ward, 42.
Love that.
Yeah.
Altuve.
Sedmol versus Bradley. Grisham, but he's cooled off. Benson did have the extra base hit tonight. If you wanted him versus Over,
I
did. Buxton robbed it. Yeah, I saw that. Stanton just is at least hitting, so $3,800 for Stanton.
Dude, he's gonna hit. They might lead him off tomorrow.
I was gonna say, do they lead him off, or does this feel like a sit day for him because he's played back-to-back games?
If they sit him, there's gonna be a riot. He's the only one hitting.
Yeah. Newbar is there. Jason led off. Dominguez did $3,700 for him.
Yeah, hit stolen base, and we know Kahanowitz. The thing was the left. He can't get lefties out.
Can't get lefties out. Lourdes versus Lauer in a lefty matchup, $3,600.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ramon Laureano, as you've highlighted, hits righty as well. You got Bradley there. Can play Willie Castro, Joe Adele,
Caglione, lefty.
Cam Smith, 33.
Whoa, what are they
$100
thinking, dude?
On the way up.
That is criminal.
Our
They
boy
know
Burleson
something.
homer tonight.
He did. And he also, did you see the other pitch he hit that was at his eyeball?
No.
He hit for a line drive single at his eyeball, which is hard to hit. But
he'll probably finish the year with like 25 homers. I'm like, that makes sense. That's what he's
25 is probably 20.
23?
He might get to 20.
22?
Maybe he might get 20. He's hitting like 300 though. So regardless of however many he hits.
Yeah.
Grishik, 28 against a lefty.
Sure.
You know he'll be in the lineup.
Sure. Let's see. Anything else down here? Solaire's down to $2,900.
I would, if I'm stacking that team, I would play him. I'd play him 2,900.
He's bound to homer eventually.
I'd play him at 2,900.
Okay. That's probably it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, let's get our core. Let's get our core plays here. Pitching, we were pretty much good with the top.
Any of the top here. 4. I would say to be chalky, Sonny Gray is the answer.
A Gray tie-on.
Yeah, that's good.
Probably chalk matchup.
Yeah,
there.
that will obviously remains to be seen in Chicago what the wind is going to.
Yeah, both of
those.
That's true. Both those games might be rained out. We don't actually.
There might be rain. There might be wind. There might be freaking. We don't have any idea what's going to happen in that in that situation.
All right, is Ernie playing third for us tonight?
He might be. Kirk or one of the Houston catchers.
Yeah, that's probably the right play, right? Where is Diaz here? And then Willie Castro at second. Right?
Yeah.
Castro. Do we do the Castro Correa Buxton play here?
Yeah, we can.
And then Buxton's 58. And now 38.66 for our first baseman and 2 outfielders. We obviously have highlighted some value. But this is just an example of a core lineup. We'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern time to do it all over, updated weather reports and lineups for you guys. And of course, we'll update the lineup and put that in the Discord for you as well. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you later.